Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to click like and subscribe and click the little bell and you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Who is La Pascualita? Well, you are about to find out the mystery of this corpse, mannequin. How do we know the difference? The story is really intriguing. And it starts out on March 25th of 1930 when a shop owner, a bridal shop owner, put in a new mannequin in the window. And talk about the town started within just a few short weeks because this mannequin was different and unlike any mannequin that they had ever seen prior to this. It was so realistic looking. She resembled the store owner's daughter who passed away on her wedding day from a black widow spider bite. Was this her family? She's standing behind her father in this family picture. So rumors started that this was actually the corpse of her daughter embalmed. Look at the detail. You can see the three main lines if you're a palm reader in the palm of her hand. There's fingernails, the skin lines. The details are so lifelike. For back in 1930, how would they do this with wax? So the locals started to talk. And of course they should talk because they've never seen anything like this. According to the local urban legend, this could be the embalmed former store owner's daughter. The mannequin was nicknamed La Pascualita or La Pascuala, meaning her daughter, little Pascuala, her daughter. The actual name has been lost in history. Pascuala, who owned the store, denied that the mannequin was her actual daughter, but it was too late. The rumor had taken on a life of its own and no one believed the woman. Could this be true? Could this be the embalmed daughter? A lot of funeral directors say no. A body cannot be this well preserved. And yet they see the hands and they're mystified. And they say, I don't know. Everything could be explained until you get to the hands and the lines of the skin, and then that is where they draw a blank. Her gown is changed frequently by the owner, and a few close employees are allowed to dress and undress the lifelike figure. Locals and brides-to-be pray to her and leave gifts with the shop workers. They consider her to be kind of like a saint. Of course, not everyone is convinced she's a corpse. Some say she's just a wax figure. So this is where we can consult the tarot cards and we can find out. La Pascualita, is this your body embalmed meticulously with some kind of miracle factor attached to it? Or is this simply a very well done piece of art using a state-of-the-art material that would somehow pick up every single line of someone's hand? So let's ask the cards, shall we? I'm going to start pulling cards from the Robin Hood deck, and we will see. We're going to ask the question, is La Pascualita an actual embalmed corpse? Or is she a really artistic wax and some other material that made her realistic? So I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck, And then I'm also going to pull from a brand new deck that I just unboxed. Here it is. Stunning. Momento Vivere. All right. We're going to pull 3 cards from that. Is this a mannequin or is this a real corpse? And this is going to be very interesting. Ten of Swords. Oh, that's already interesting. Eight of Swords. Wow. This is becoming even more intriguing as I'm going through here with this brand new deck. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to have fun with this, I think. Okay, let's dive right into this. First of all, we have to look at this from another perspective because the Hangman is like, okay, view this from, take away everything you know and we're going to start over. So for one thing, the hands are hidden. So there's something about the hands. The hands are hidden. So I'm focused on the head and the hands are hidden. And here she's offering a hand, and this would obviously be the daughter, the Queen of Swords. This could also actually be the mother. And this is like having an emotional detachment to this or seeing this. These 2 cards, the 8 of Cups and the Hangman, mean that you have to see this from another perspective. This is emotionally detaching from the situation and looking at this realistically. Okay, so they're asking to be realistically. So the 10 of Swords, even though there's a beautiful butterfly transforming on here, the 10 of Swords is the card about someone passing away. And the 8 of Swords it means that there was just some meticulous work done, like somebody meticulously carved. However, and that would have convinced me, this would have convinced me with beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was just really good artwork until I came to this card, which is the 5 of Swords. And we have to pay attention to this because, look at this. There's a corpse in there. This is very interesting. All right. So here we go. Whenever I come across a reading like this where a card, it can take one card to throw me off, and this card's throwing me off. This shows me that there was meticulous carving done. Whoever did this was state of the art. They were obviously very artistic. This woman wanted a rendition of the daughter, and this person meticulously carved here. Meticulously carved, and to keep her memory alive. She wanted to keep the daughter's memory alive. And so in this case, I'm going to ask if we can actually contact the spirit of the daughter, kind of like a mini seance here, and contact the spirit of the mini daughter, the deceased daughter of, and we don't know what her name is. So I'm just going to assume, I hope that she knows she's called La Pascualita and that people are actually considering her a saint. Are we able to communicate with her? Is her physical body somewhere in that mannequin? Oh, this is interesting. So I feel like she's coming down to talk with us. This is her spirit energy coming down. Oh my God. This looks like her. Look at the woman there. And let me go back to her picture. See if I can find a better one. Oh, look it. Oh my gosh. Take a good look at her face. The resemblance, you can't deny. She's coming through in my steampunk. This is the deck I use. Okay, so is that you? Is that actually part of your remains? I don't know how to respectfully say it. She's she's being quite happy with the fact that she has so much attention paid to her. But because the word spirit is in here, she's in spirit, and I do not believe that is her corpse. So I think they may have been able to imprint. And here again, once again, we're focused on the hands. Why are we focused on the hands? See his hands? His hands. So I feel like she's showing the hands. Look at here. She's showing the hands. See how she's got her hands? Look at my hands. I think they actually literally modeled her actual hand. Like, not, they didn't take the real hand, but they made a print of her hand, or a hand. So she's buried, okay? So she's dead, and she is actually buried somewhere, okay? So this is she's telling us, no, I have a grave. I have a grave. I have a gravestone. So this is just, I'm in spirit. She's tickled pink that so many people are paying so much attention to her. And her fiance was devastated. And he visited her grave frequently. So she was actually buried. Her grave was physically visited. But the person who did this was a master at, and wanted to make the hands meticulous. So, and that's kind of what this card below it indicated, is that it was meticulously carved. But I feel like somebody's handprint, actually, they used somebody's handprint and imprinted to have the lines be in there, which for back in 1930, whoever did this, it was brilliant. I mean, it was so well done. So La Pascualita, what do you want to say? She's very happy now on the other side, but it was tragic for everyone for her to pass at such a young age. It was very tragic. And it feels like, because she's got a foot out here, it feels like she stepped on the spider and it bit her somewhere in the foot. So I do feel like this part of the legend, they're wondering whether that was true or not. And I do feel like something, she's showing me a foot here, like something did bite her in the foot, and her system reacted to it. And she's happy that we're peeking through the veil. Oh, look at, she's with her sister. These are 2 pages. So she's actually acknowledging her other family members with the Page of Swords. This is so interesting. Wow. This is very, very interesting. And so there she shows she's honoring the family and the fact that she's quite famous. So here she is with the whole family tree. This is like, the ancestry of her. She's very proud of her lineage, although her sister, I don't know how long the sister lived, but she just tells me that she's with family members. She's with the family members. And the tower also means that this was an upsetting event for the entire family. But here she is saying that she had hoped, to be a beautiful bride and to have little children that she could dote on, because she was very loving. She was a very loving woman. So here's the answer to this, and this is my theory. You come up with your own. Maybe you will see things in the cards that I didn't catch, and you'll have a different theory. It's one of those things. It's subject to interpretation. But I do believe that this hand here is a work of art. It is definitely a work of art. It's probably the best piece of art that you could ever put out for 1930, which, it's amazing that her mother, and I think it's no mistake that the mother had the replica of the daughter with, and always dressed in a bride's gown to just honor the fact that she died on her wedding day. which, is really tragic. So she never got to live her life out, be married, and have children. But she is made peace on the other side. And she's happy that people celebrate her and almost honor her. So she's, this was very interesting. I wasn't sure how this video would turn out, because I know that there are some saints out there whose bodies don't decompose, but they don't look as beautiful as her. They do look a little, decomposed, although they're still in somewhat, they have skin and on the outside. So, that's kind of a mystery, the saints that don't decompose. However, this woman is acknowledging that she is buried and that her grave site was visited by the fiance and in a private cemetery. So that's my conclusion, is that is not her corpse in there. And so that is very interesting. So I'm going to ask, is there's rumor that corpse, moves around and that it's haunted, so to speak. So I'm just going to ask the regular tarot cards, is that mannequin, not the corpse, but the mannequin? There's rumors that the mannequin moves around. Is the mannequin haunted? Is the mannequin at all haunted? Okay, there you have it. So that's another shock for me, because normally I was expecting this to be no. I was expecting to say no, this is not haunted, but it is. The mannequin is haunted. So that would be, was it intentionally haunted by the person who created the mannequin? Was it intentionally somehow got haunted? No. So no. So the creator did not do anything to make it haunted, like put a spell or a curse or something. I don't know what I was thinking. So it is haunted, but it became that way because of the conditions that are surrounding it. So the mannequin is in a haunted environment, which is influencing it. So there's probably some haunted things going on in the store, and the mannequin just is part of that. Okay, well, that was an interesting twist to the end of this, wasn't it? Thank you guys for listening.